Today I will be ranking the best and worst high-end graphics cards in the market right now. So if you want to play at 4K resolution ultra settings, or maybe you want to play at 1440p very high FPS, this is going to be the perfect video for you, because I will explain to you why some of these are the best GPUs that you can buy, and also why some of these are actually not worth your money. And if you are looking to buy one of these graphics cards, my top GPUs will be down below in the video description, just in case you want to get the best level of performance with a high-end GPU at 1440p or 4K resolution. I will be ranking these graphics cards in terms of price to performance and also in terms of overall value. Don't worry about it, I will be explaining a little bit more in just a moment. My name is Valentino, and with that being said, let's start. So the first graphics card that I'm going to be ranking is the RTX 4070 Ti. This is the lowest graphics card in the high-end market, and I want to say that I do not like this graphics card right now, and I wouldn't recommend you buying it, and I recommend you avoiding this GPU. Before you start hating me, I have a 4070 Ti myself in my main PC, and let me tell you, it's actually amazing when it comes to performance for gaming and also for content creation, streaming, and whatever you want to do, honestly. But I have to say that I bought it when it first came out. Right now we have the 4070 Ti Super, which I do think is much better value, and you only get 12 gigs of VRAM in the 4070 Ti, which is going to be fine for 1440p very high FPS and also 1440p high demanding games, depending on the exact game and the settings. But at 4K resolution you are going to be struggling if you want to play those high demanding games. The 4070 Ti used to be a really good GPU, but because of those 12 gigs of VRAM and the price, because the price is the same as the 7900 XT, which I will be talking about in a moment, I just do not recommend you buying it. So for that reason, this graphics card is going to be on the D tier, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad graphics card when it comes to performance. And if you find this on the used market for a really good deal, it might be worth your money. But if you're going to buy a brand new graphics card, I recommend you avoiding it. Now we have the 7900 XT, which is a much better option because you are spending basically the same amount of money, around $700, which is quite a lot. But with the 7900 XT, you get 20 gigs of VRAM, which is going to be enough for 4K resolution on the most high demanding titles on ultra settings, or if you want to play at 1440p very high FPS. The 7900 XT is slightly faster than the 4070 Ti and the 4070 Ti Super, the same price as the 4070 Ti, and it has more VRAM. So in my opinion, it is much better when it comes to price to performance, and the only reason why I would recommend you the 4070 Ti over the 7900 XT in some cases is if you are a content creator and NVIDIA works better in your favorite softwares. Otherwise, I would never get the 4070 Ti over the 7900 XT, especially in the brand new market. Because as I said before, if you get a nice deal from the used market, then maybe that's a complete different story. But from the brand new market, the 7900 XT is actually really good value and it's going into my V tier. But the reason why it's not on my A tier or S tier is because we have the 4070 Ti Super, which in my opinion is one of the best graphics cards in the high-end market, because you get 16 gigs of VRAM, so you don't have that 12 gigs of VRAM issue that you get with the 4070 Ti. It is also slightly faster than the 4070 Ti, and you get all of the NVIDIA features that are better than AMD. The 4070 Ti Super is amazing when it comes to value, in my opinion. It is quite expensive at around $800, so you are spending $100 more than the 7900 XT. In my opinion, the 4070 Ti Super is one of the best overall gaming graphics cards in the high-end market, and for that reason is going into my S tier. Now, the RTX 4080 right now is going for a higher price compared to the 4080 Super, which is the newer version. That's why I would not recommend you buying the 4080 unless you get a nice deal on the used market, or if you see a huge deal on the brand new market, but I've never seen it before. So the 4080 on the brand new market, it just doesn't make any sense in my opinion, just because you get the 4080 Super. But just because most of the time the 4080 is more expensive than the 4080 Super, this one is going into my C tier. It's not going into my D tier just because it has enough VRAM for 4K resolution, unlike the 4070 Ti, and it has a very strong level of performance. So let's say you buy the 4080 by mistake instead of the 4080 Super, well, you are getting basically the same GPU, you just spent more money. Then we have the 4080 Super. This one is a complete different story from NVIDIA, and the reason why is because it's cheaper than the 4080 and it has slightly faster performance. I believe it's a 3% faster performance, so basically non-existent. It is basically the same graphics card, but it is cheaper, going for around 970 bucks when I'm recording this video. So very expensive graphics card, but in my opinion is the second best graphics card in the entire market, right after the RTX 4090, just because you get top tier performance at 4K resolution. You don't spend as much as the 4090 and you get all of the NVIDIA technologies that AMD doesn't have. If you are spending this amount of money, you want to have all of the NVIDIA feature set, in my opinion. Maybe your opinion is different, but that's what I think. So the 4080 Super is going into my A tier because I do like this graphics card overall. The 7900 XTX from AMD is going for around $50 less at the moment than the 4080 Super, and that's why I would never recommend you buying the 7900 XTX over the 4080 Super unless, once again, you just don't give a fuck about ray tracing, DLSS, and a better level of performance in most content creation, productivity work, and 3D rendering applications. So if that's you, then maybe the 7900 XTX is good, but again, for only $50 more, and I say only because you are already spending over $900 on a graphics card, I do not see the point of getting the 7900 XTX. Yes, it's slightly faster in terms of rasterized performance compared to the 4080 Super, but you will not be able to tell the difference with your human eyes, and that's why I don't see the point of you buying a 7900 XTX over the 4080 Super. For that reason, I'm going to put it into my C tier, one step over the 4080, just because it's about 150 bucks cheaper or $100 cheaper than the 4080, and you can get the 4080 Super instead. And then we have the RTX 4090, and this one is actually tough to rank, and the reason why is because this one is the best graphics card in the entire market, and there's no debate. Like, you are getting the best level of performance for everything, for ray tracing, you get the DLSS, you get all of the NVIDIA features, and on top of that, in terms of rasterized performance, it is quite faster than the second fastest graphics card in the 7900 XTX or 4080 Super. But the thing is the price. The price right now for the cheapest model, I believe, is going for $1,700, so it's very expensive. But if you are thinking of buying the RTX 4090, that's because you have a lot of money to spend and you just don't care about spending that amount of money because you just want the best of the best. And I mean, some people do want the best of the best. I mean, if you have the money to buy a 4090, good for you. I am happy for you because you are going to be getting the best performance in the gaming PC community. I mean, the 4090, if we rank it based on pure performance and also the feature set, then it will be on my S tier. And I did put this graphics card on my S tier in the past, but I believe the price is too high. Then it's going down into the V tier, one step over the 7900 XT. And I cannot put it below the V tier just because it's the fastest one in the entire market, and it has to be at least higher than C tier. But again, you can switch this to S tier because you believe that the level of performance is everything and you have a lot of money to spend. Then of course this one is S tier. But if we are ranking based on price to performance as well, so we are putting price into consideration, then it's B tier. Let me know what you would change about this list, and I want to hear about your list in the comment section. If you need personal PC help, you will find the top link in the description where I can help you out find the right system. And remember that in the video description you will have my favorite graphics cards for 4K and 1440p resolution for different budgets, just in case you have a different one. And also, if you're looking for a complete gaming PC, I recommend you watching my video on the best PC builds of the month with the right CPUs to pair with these graphics cards. That video will be in the top right of the screen. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.